Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so that whenever we release a video at the Jamaica Young Police channel, you'll be the first to receive the same. Remember to share the video with your friend, your mama, papa, girlfriend, boyfriend, and your side chick and side man. Yes, and post a comment below, even just to post and say, I am here to show your appreciation of the work that we are doing here at the Jamaica Young Police channel. And thanks for being a part of the movement. So, moving on. We at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we hate criminals with a passion. So here's one of them. This guy name is Javon Pinnock. Yeah, aka Froggy. Have a distinct scar on the left side of his face, and him eye go all the way down to him cheekbone. And you know, more or less is a Jamaican do that, you know, telephone cut. I don't know how them come by that thing for, you know, to scar people face like that, and that it's just awful, but terrible people. So this man that you're looking at, his name is Javon Pinnock, aka Froggy. Yeah, Froggy them call him on the street, and he's wanted in New York, in Queens, New York, for the murder of Javon Jamison, a Jamaican youth them called Blingers. Yes, and Blingers was killed almost 2 years ago by this man and another man named Christopher King. Christopher King is in custody in New York, awaiting trial for the murder of Jamison. So we are appealing, we are begging, beseeching you Jamaican people in Jamaica and the diaspora, wherever you see this man, to inform the police, whether it's 119 or 911, and let them know that this man is wanted in New York for the murder of Javon Jamison, so that this man can be placed in custody or go straight to the departure home where he belongs, and that's justice. And we say that because we hate criminals with a passion, because there was no reason for this man to kill Blingers, because Blingers was not a threat to him at the time. It was murder, clear murder. Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon member. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video. As you can see, it's another day. Yeah man, another year and them man. Yeah man, yes, today is my birthday. But, you know, as some people I say, you know, I don't want any praise, you know. I want your commitment to something far more powerful. The truth. That's all I'm asking of you, our loyal viewers and subscribers at the Jamaica Young Police channel. Yes. Some people on their birthday, them get gifts. Some people get nothing. Some people, all they get is just love. And the most important thing in this world is love. Some people get gifts, all kind of gifts. They get bouquets. Some people get wines, champagne, caviar. You know, they're taken to luxurious hotels like Ritz-Carlton by their families or wherever. But you know, today is my day, so today I'm going to celebrate in style. As I said to you before, all I want, your commitment to something more powerful, the truth. I want you, the person hearing my voice right now, to make a decision, not for me, but for yourself, your children and your community. One thing I have learned growing up, and I know that to be popular, you have to compromise yourself 1,000 times. Although today is my birthday, yes, there's 3 men that I want to talk about, apart from my father, my biological father, who is still alive. There's a man, the first person I must, you know, that have that impact on me when I was 4, a man by the name of Tom Levine. That's the man where The first time I had seen him, I want to be just like him. You have some people in life, they look up to other people. Some people look up to criminals, wrong role model. I look up to a man who was law and order and justice. Tom Levine is my idol to this day. Today is my birthday. So I'm telling you, this is 50-something years ago I'm telling you about with this man, Tom Levine. So I have to give credit to that man for that impact that he has on my life. As a little boy in Jonestown, want to be just like him. I never measure up to him in terms of the amount of criminals that he had sent to the departure lounge. Yes, because he still holds a record of over 180 criminals that he had sent to the departure lounge. Hardcore murderers, most wanted men, sometimes even 5. And this is a man that when I was growing up, every weekend, man, yeah, I'm telling you, you have 3, 4, 5, 6, sometimes I have 7 funerals down by Maypen Cemetery, courtesy of Tom Levine. That man make criminals live in fears, because the community where I'm from breed criminals like chinks. Then you have a man now, Ivan O. Thompson. I have to give credit to that man. That's the man who recruited me as a young police officer and brought me to the fold as a detective. Whilst other places, they treated me with disdain. Even things that I was entitled to, they robbed me of it for some reason or the other. I had enemies in high places. Even when I was supposed to get a national award and promotion, I did not get it. All because I was not a part of the criminal establishment in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. After Ivan O. Thompson, there's a man who I have one of the greatest amount of respect for. A man by the name of John Gars. That man is like, some people will say that he's like a father to me. Yes. In relationship, there's no perfect relationship, even with father and son or mother and daughter, vice versa, even in marriage or any kind of relationship. Then you have a man by the name of Dudley Bryan. I haven't seen him in years, but he has an impact on me from when I was at the Jamaica Police Academy. This is the second time I'm going to speak about this. During Hurricane Gilbert in 1988, when I was at the Jamaica Police Academy, we had no water or anything, water, electricity and stuff like that. So, we were given permission to, to leave the compound, the academy, to go and have shower 2 or 3 times per week. At one point in time, I was denied that pass by a man by the name of Corporal Mason, all because this man does have a disdain for me, because I had given him a name, call him Era. Yes, Corporal Mason. I was the one that gave him that name, because he would told us some story that only Era could do such thing when he was in St. Mary. He didn't have any firearm, and he was able to hold a man with a gun and able to ride the bike, and the man that had the gun was behind him, and he took the gun from the man and took the man to jail and then sent him to prison. And he had so many stories which to me were fictional. So I told him that I call him an hero, and that name stick, and for that the man hated me, because I am the one that gave him that name. So he had denied me the pass to go and have a shower at Waterford where my father lived. That home was courtesy my mother and my father. I don't want to talk about that, but at the time my mother wasn't living in Waterford. It was my father and my stepmother. They have the thing called evil stepmother. Yes, she knows. Yes, even at one point in time, as I heard the Prime Minister talk about worthless father, that's a worthless stepmother. So at a point in my career when I was at Huntsby, I was pretty much in the news all the time, every week, whether some shooting, some this, some that, and she was telling people where she worked in New Kingston that I was her son. Yes, claiming me as her son because she had the same last name. My stepmother, my wicked stepmother. So at one point in time, when someone had, and said, wow, I know it, mother. I said, oh, you know my mother? And I said, no, she's not my mother. She's my evil stepmother. Tell her that she's not my mother. She's evil. It was all up to her. I would be dead or in prison because she wasn't a mother to me. So, long story short, so Dudley Bryan, I had left the Jamaica Police Academy. Break, I didn't get the pass, so I just walked through the gate and went to have a shower. When I was coming back, Dudley Bryan, I didn't I leave the campus, not with permission as everyone else, but when I had left the Jamaica Police Academy compound, I went through the front gate, and when I was returning, I came through the front gate. If I was, going through the barracks, Broken Barracks as they would call it, I would go around by the renovator. You could go by the renovator. I could go to Falkland where the women lived, where there was a metal fence in which we, as cadets, we had create a path there so that we could, leave the police academy and went outside. And when I was coming back, Dudley Bryan was a man. As I came off the bus, at the police academy across the street, he was there, and he said to me, "Stammer, you get past?" And I said, "No." And he said, "So why you leave?" And I told him, and you understand. And he said to me, say, "I lose work thing this." And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Well, in all honesty, I was sitting in the guard room listening with you and Corporal Mason, and what he did to you was wrong." Yes, Dudley Bryan, that's why I have the greatest respect for him. He said, what he did to you was wrong because he had given everyone else pass, and he refused to give you a pass, and he had no reason to do it. And it's hard because there has to be something sinister going on with him, why he did not give you the pass. But I had made sure that everything is good for you, so don't worry, you won't be punished. And from that day, I have the greatest amount of respect for him. So these are the people that help contribute to my life. The woman is my mother. Yes, she always encouraged me, read, and she always tell me that I always speak the truth. Yes. So to offend someone who is strong, tell them a lie. To offend someone who is weak, tell them the truth. Majority of Jamaican people do not like to hear the truth. You tell them the truth, they get upset and they vex with you. If you want to know your real friends, tell them the truth. As for me, I have no real friend because I tell people the truth all the time. When I say real friend, when I talk, someone that I would go to their home or any little thing, any form of social gathering. So that I am not that kind of guy, because I am going to tell you the truth. If you're a thief, I'm going to call you out that you're a thief. I'm not going to sugarcoat things for you. So as I said now, so today is my birthday. So that is just a little background and context about me. Yes, you understand. So as I said before, I want you, the person hearing my voice right now, to make a decision. Not for me, but for yourself, your children, and your community. Support the truth. Promote it, defend it, live it. Because in a world that's drowning in lies, the truth is the most dangerous thing you can stand for. We at the Jamaica Young Police Channel have been fighting the evil, the dark forces of the internet. Yes, so let me share something with you that I have heard the hard way. If you want to offend someone strong, tell them a lie. But if you want to offend someone weak, tell them the truth. That is why I'm not popular. That is why I'm not celebrated by certain people, especially those who hate accountability, who live in denial, and who thrive in darkness. You think I don't know that? I know exactly what I am doing. But let me be clear. I did not start this journey to become anyone's idol or savior. I am not in this for fame, followers, or worship. I am not, and will never be, a cultist. I don't use dramatic monologues to play with people's emotions, nor do I sell them dreams dressed up in sensationalism. What I give is raw, mama papa unfiltered truth. Even when it hurts, even when it's offense, even when it costs me relationships, subscribers, or my name being dragged. But guess what? I love being me. I was born in fire. I have been forged by trials most people couldn't survive. So I don't need applause to validate my voice. And I don't bend my principles for views, clicks, or viral moments. I am Chris Porter, and nothing, absolutely nothing, will change who I am or why I do this. So if you really want to honor me on my birthday, don't light a candle. Don't post a tribute. Don't come make some fake love. Just do this. Stand with the truth, even when it's unpopular, even when it costs you, even when you are standing alone. Because the truth doesn't need a crowd. It just needs one brave voice willing to speak it. And I have already chosen to be that voice. What about you? So we have to stand for not who is right, but what is right. And if we want to change the trajectory of this world and Jamaica, we have to do the right thing. So I, Chris Porter, today is my birthday. Yes, I was born in what many would call the belly of the beast, a place where criminality in Jamaica was not just born, but nurtured, celebrated, and institutionalized. I came into this world. Stop right there. Pause this video and subscribe now to United We Win, Divided We Lose. This channel exposes the enemies of global democracy, led by the US, now under threat from a South African billionaire named Elon Musk, Peter Thiel and others, manipulating the world. Subscribe now. Subscribe to the channel. Those who know the truth but stay silent are nothing but fools and cowards. Speak up or be complicit. As we says, those who know the truth and stay silent are nothing but fools and cowards. So moving on to today's video. In a community scarred by violence, deception and betrayal, shaped by policies and ideologies that tore families apart and buried generations of young men. One of the chief architects of this cultural collapse was none other than the late Prime Minister Michael Manley, a man whose populist politics romanticized the very forces that ultimately destroy countless lives, including members of my own family. I stand today as a survivor of an era that glorified the gunman, where political warfare and garrison communities became the breeding ground for death and trauma. Every peer I grew up with is now dead. Every single one. Shot down in the streets of Kingston, gunned down in foreign lands, their lives cut short by bullets. All except one, yes, Orion Diana Brown. He's from Love Street. Skellion, they call him Skellion, a man who walk among legends like Willie Hogarth, Moore, and my cousin Gerald Bogle-Levy. Skellion is the only one who died of natural causes. So let that sink in. When I reflect on my life, I know I should not be here. I should have been dead so many times. 2 weeks after I did the police test and was successful. But God have it, I am still here. Very fortunate, never been shot. I was not supposed to survive. I walked through fire, both literally and metaphorically. I have lived through ambushes, betrayal, political warfare, and the kind of psychological trauma that break most men. But by the grace of the Almighty God, I am still standing. Despite the many enemies I have made, enemies of truth, of justice, of righteousness, despite their wishes, I live. They have plotted against me, slandered my name, and wished for my demise. But they will not prevail. They will perish before I do, because the God I serve has been my protector and my guide. So on this day, my birthday, I give thanks, not just for the years I live, but for the strength, the clarity, and the mission I have been given. I am not just a survivor. I am a witness. I am a vessel of truth in a world that often prefer comfortable lies. And as long as I draw breath, I will continue to speak for those who can no longer speak for themselves. I will continue to do that. As I said before, I was never supposed to make it. Not with the enemies I had. Not with the truths I choose to speak. Not with the background I came from. But I did. Because God kept me. Many of my enemies are not just criminals. They are enemies of the truth. Enemies of justice. Enemies of righteousness. And let me say this clearly. They would rather see me dead. But they won't get the chance because God is my guide. God is my protector. And mark my word, they will die before me. So today, I don't just celebrate a birthday. I celebrate a purpose. I celebrate truth. I celebrate the fact that I am still here as a witness, as a warrior, as a voice of those who were silenced. As long as I breathe, I will continue to speak and I will never back down. This is Chris Porter and I was born in a belly of a beast. But I did not become it. In a world that fears truth, survival is an act of rebellion. I didn't start this channel for fame, likes or applause. I started it because I survived hell and knew others needed a way out. I am Chris Porter, a man born and raised in one of Jamaica's most unforgiving environments, what I often refer to as the belly of the beast. I came from a place where poverty wasn't just economic, it was spiritual, emotional, and generational. Violence wasn't an headline, it was a daily life. The sound of gunshots replaced lullabies, funerals outnumbered birthdays, and the dreams die young, usually with a bullet. I watch my friends, every last one of them, fall victim to the same system that tried to swallow me too. Drugs, guns, gang culture, political warfare. The trap was perfectly laid, and so many brilliant minds got caught. But somehow, through the grace of God and by the will, I still can't fully explain. I made it out. But survival isn't only part of the story. You see, I didn't just escape the fire. I walked through it. I wore the scars. I lost people I love. I had to unlearn lies I was raised with and the comfort of those who celebrate, revere, and promote it. I confront truths that made me sick to my stomach. I have been betrayed by those I trusted, like a guy named Blackston Reed, lives in Georgia. ACP Gary Mackenzie, who's a police officer in Jamaica. These are people who betrayed me, who know that a drug dealer, ex-police by the name of Christopher, Brother J. Ebert, who is in Atlanta, Georgia, planning to kill me. And these men knew, and none of them told me. I have been betrayed by those I trusted. Of all, Daxton Reed. This is a man that I have done so much for, who has been living in America before yours truly. I have helped guided that man to a better life. Silenced by those who fear what I had to say, and hated by those who profit from the ignorance of the poor. Still, I kept pushing forward, because I knew my story wasn't just mine. It was the story of millions of young men and women from communities like Jonestown, Concrete Jungle, Tivoli Gardens, Trenchtown, August Town, Spanish Town, back to Waterhouse, Cockburn Pen, Waltham, Whitfield Town, and every garrison around the globe where black lives are written off before they even lived. That's why I created this channel. Not to preach, but to reach. Not to condemn, but to educate. To speak truth where silence has been bought. To shine a light on lies that keep poor people loyal to political criminals and gangsters masquerading as leaders. I want to give young men a new blueprint to show them that you can be born in hell but still live with heaven in your heart. That righteousness is strength. That education, self-respect and discipline are weapons more powerful than any gun. I created this platform to speak for the voiceless, to preserve the legacy of those who were good but got caught in bad systems, to challenge a culture that celebrates dance and forgets teachers, police officers, doctors, lawyers, and soldiers, to make sure that when they write the history of this time, someone said, "This is wrong, we deserve better. I have been through trials, I have been through hell, but I turned my pain into purpose. Today, I stand not just as a survivor, but as a witness, a truth teller, and a builder of minds." This challenge is for the youth and the garrisons. Yes, this channel is for the youth in the garrisons. The fathers who want to lead right. The mothers who are tired of burying their sons. The dreamers who need to spark to keep believing. This is for the people, and I won't stop. This is the mission. This is the movement. This is Chris Porter. Yes, today is my birthday. Have yourself. And I want to use this day to wish Dolphy Gravy happy birthday. Valentine Willie Williams. Wayne KC Joseph, that I'm a class captain, we share the same birthday. So happy birthday to all of you, men. And you stay safe and enjoy your day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out. Peace be unto you all. I enjoy my birthday by do something good. Peace.